Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 24. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi ma śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. In the previous session, we learnt about the differences between Bhakti Yoga and Sharanagati. And there was a question posted at the end of the previous session. What are the angas, accessories of Sharanagati? What is that a Sharanagata, a surrendered soul, should follow in principle after surrendering unto the Lord? They are 6 in numbers. आनुकूल्यस्य संकल्पः, प्रातिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम्, रक्षिष्येति विश्वासः, गोप्तृत्व वर्णं तथा, आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्ये तद्विधा शरणागतिः. Now that we understand that Sharanagati is the only means by which we can attain the Supreme Lord, then we must accept these necessary accessories of Sharanagati, which is given by the Lord Himself. If I surrender to someone, that means I need to follow his instructions, guidelines. Otherwise, it is not full surrender. Acceptance of the favorable, rejection of the unfavorable, the faith that Krishna will surely protect me, embracing the Lord's guardianship, complete dependence on Krishna, and the perception of one's utter helplessness without Him. These 6 are the essential limbs of exclusive surrender to the Lord, which is said to be Sharanagati. One more time, to be very clear, because sometimes one may think that after I surrender, then why do I have to follow certain things? The reason that I am surrendering is because I am not able to fulfill the requirements of Bhakti Yoga. Again, in the process of surrendering, if I have to accept and follow these 6 limbs of Sharanagati, then it doesn't make sense. The answer is, the reason we are surrendering to the Lord is because we are not able to satisfy the demands of Bhakti Yoga. That is true. Therefore, I cannot do things on my own to save myself. The only way I can save myself is by surrendering to the Supreme Lord. After we surrender, it is quite obvious that we need to follow the rules of that person to whom we surrender. Therefore, these 6 things are essential for one who has surrendered unto the Lord's lotus feet. When we accept a citizenship of a different country, there are certain list of promises that we make and try to strictly abide to those promises to be a good citizen. Otherwise, we are not a good citizen. There are things which the country may not want us to do. There are things which the country may want us to do. These things are applicable in any places that we take shelter at. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of a prominent Acharya in the line of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, written many literatures. One of his work called Sharanagati, a collection of songs that he has composed, is completely based on these 6 limbs of Sharanagati in details. We will be presenting each of these limbs as he is presented. Anukulyasya sankalpaha, resolve to act only in accordance with the directive of the Lord, and which would therefore be pleasurable to Him, Krishna. After one surrenders to Krishna, one must engage in those activities that are favorable in Krishna's service. Engage one's senses of hearing, smelling, touching, seeing and speaking in Krishna's service. Engaging one's hands and legs in Krishna's service. One maintains the body by respectfully honoring Krishna Prasadam only, accepting whatever is favorable for his devotees as devotional service. One lives in the favorable atmosphere where temple and devotees are present, resolving oneself that I will dress in a way that a devotee should appear, meaning wearing dhoti. I will wear tulasi mala around my neck. I will apply tilak on 12 parts of my body. I will maintain flower garden and care for tulasi. I will make nice garlands for Lord's pleasure. I will sit down and chant your holy names. I will serve the devotees for my own spiritual advancement. Serving the devotees is the highest perfection, and it is the root of the creeper of love of God. It is said that the mother of bhakti is the observance of various auspicious days that are in relation with Krishna. Ekadeshi, Janmashtami, Ramanavami, appearance and disappearance of acharyas. Therefore, I joyfully perform austerities on these days with great respect. In the company of the pure devotees, I will go and see all those holy places. I will very carefully avoid any offences to any Vaishnavas. I will not go to any other devatas for my protection. I will respect devotees and Guru with the same enthusiasm as while respecting the Lord Himself. These are some on the anukulyasya sankalpaha, accepting things that are favorable to Krishna in Krishna's service. Second, pratikulyasya varjanam, resolve to carefully avoid all actions that not pleasurable to the Lord. With great care and attention, I will give up all those activities that are unfavorable for rendering devotional service unto Krishna. I will not associate with people who are averse to Krishna and Krishna's service. I will never see the faces of those envious people. I will not engage my senses in sense gratification. I will not reside in a place that is unfavorable for cultivating Krishna consciousness. And I will not become attached to any activities that are detrimental to devotional service. I will never study any literature that contradicts the conclusion of bhakti. I will never hear a scriptural commentary that does not advocate bhakti in you. I consider any knowledge to be most insignificant which does not encourage my devotion unto you. I do not value, respect that time which I am unable to use in your service. If my relatives are averse to you, I consider them to be strangers. They are no more related to me. I will not accept any food which are not offered to you. Even if it is offered but by a non-devotee, I will not accept it. I will be very careful to not associate with those who are attached to sense gratification and those who are mayavadis. I do not accept as holy places any place that Lord Gauranga has not visited. Well, then what about America, England, Australia, and other places. Srila Prabhupada visited many places and made many of these places holy. As long as devotees are there, as long as temples are there, we can certainly accept that place as a holy place as well and lead a life in that consciousness. And one carefully avoid the urge of speech, the urge of the mind, the urge of anger, urge of the tongue, urge of the belly, and urge of the genitals. Acceptance of the favorable and rejection of the unfavorable are not limbs of pure devotion itself, but are limbs of surrender, śaraṇagati, which does help one to cultivate proper prema, love, bhakti towards the Lord. The urge of speech happens when using words that disturbs others, gossiping about others, speaking ill about others, finding fault in others. Urge of anger happens on the mind level, can be exhibited by words or by action. This easily happens for one feels not being respected, when one needs and demands are not fulfilled, when someone becomes a block to fulfill their desire. The urge of mind is various desires that arises in our mind, the material desires. The urge of the tongue is craving for tasty food. The urge of belly to eat excessively, and the urge of the genitals craving for union with opposite gender, for that matter any gender. It is said in the Padma Purana that the Lord does not appear in the hearts of those who are disturbed by lamentation, anger, and other disorders. Offending devotees are completely unfavorable and displeases the Lord Himself. The Lord may even forgive one who commit offences unto His lotus feet, but will not forgive those who offend His devotees. Besides these, the standard ones are getting engaged in gambling, illicit relationship, intoxication, and meat eating are completely unfavorable for those who are surrendered. These doesn't bring pleasure to the Lord. Let's pause here and contemplate on what we heard today on these two aspects of śaraṇagati. Anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjanam. Accepting those which are favorable in Krishna's service, those which pleases Krishna, and rejecting those things which are unfavorable in Krishna's service and displeases Krishna. These two are very essential aspects in the process of śaraṇagati. Most of it were self-explanatory. We just have to hear few times to imprint in our mind, so that whenever the opportunity comes for us to make decision, we can do it correctly, whether to reject or whether to accept. Reject because Krishna doesn't like it, accept because Krishna likes it. If we are not in a mindset, in a state of mind to make differentiation between what to reject and what to accept, we must always approach a senior Vaishnava, a devotee, to take help and do accordingly. We may also accept and reject many things in our life, but those things are based on our perception, what makes us happy. But the process of śaraṇagati is not that what makes us happy to be accepted and what makes us unhappy to be rejected. Rather, the perspective must change that what makes Krishna happy needs to be accepted. What makes Krishna unhappy needs to be rejected. One step further, above that, is what makes a Vaishnava happy needs to be accepted. What makes a Vaishnava unhappy must be rejected. This is Sharanagati. We'll continue the rest of the Lakshanams in our next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.